Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Mongooli Show. If you've been playing an arena for a while, you've probably had this situation come up where you turn out that you've got your Old Man Logan versus an Old Man Logan. It turns into a one-on-one fight and it just loops forever. You either have to quit the match or just sit there for 3 minutes or so and just let it play out, where you're ultimately going to get defeated because there's not really any good way to beat this meta. Now, the problem with this is we talked to the developers about this and they didn't know that this was a problem, which to me signifies a bigger problem, but so be it. But even when they took a look at it, they said, this is working as intended. Like, this is not a loophole or something. This is what the character is designed to do. They didn't anticipate that it would come down to this mirror match that would just be constantly looping. That's not what they wanted to have happen. But it is working out that, like, the way his kit is designed, he can't permanently kill himself. Now, is there going to be a fix for that? I don't know. But what I do know is I can help you out with your arena meta so that you can hopefully start dominating again and get out of this nonsense. Let's get into the video. All right, now it's worth mentioning that my arena shard is about 3 years old, and I'm generally fighting for like top 5 to 20, like somewhere in that range. Number one, first place has a Mephisto, so that's straight out. So far, that's the only Mephisto in our shard, so that's okay. But it kind of sucks that now that's just not an option for me for quite some time, and I'm sure it's just going to get worse from here. So that being said, we are kind of at the top of what we can be doing. We're fighting pretty hard to stay in that top 10 spot. We can make it down as far as number 2, but with the event going on this week, we're going to want to stay as high as we possibly can, but so is everybody else. So it's going to be an absolute slugfest for everyone. Now, the team that I've been running and been running into a lot consists of 4 main characters and then one that kind of rotates in and out. So those characters are, of course, say it with me, Apocalypse, Old Man Logan, Black Knight, and Super Skrull. Those are the 4 that you're going to see the absolute most. Now, the 5th character, I've been seeing Black Cat, I've been seeing Robbie Reyes, I've been seeing Kang, and I've been seeing a lot of Dormammu. I think Dormammu is one of the better ones on defense, and I'll explain why later on in the video. But for right now, let's get into our first fight. Now, we're going up against an opponent here. He's got a little over 3 million power in this team, and he's using the Dormammu variant, and I'm going to show you how we're going to beat that. All right, so for this variation, we're going against where we're going up against Dormammu, we're going to bring in our Black Cat. Now, that's because of her passive ability, which allows you to steal the revive from your enemies. More importantly, it clears 1 revive, and if they've got a revive, you get 1. Now, the problem with this ability, and it's honestly something I didn't know until fairly recently, is it can technically miss. You gain 1,000% focus for it, so it's more likely it's going to happen. It's going to happen pretty often, but if you notice that it didn't sometime, that's bad RNG. Like, that happens. It's unfortunate, but it's not a bug in the game. It's just something that can happen. So that being said, though, what we're going to do is she's our best option for dealing with Black Knight and some of the other characters having revives. And Black Knight with a revive alone is just brutal. So we're going to bring our Black Cat in and hope for that RNG to be on our side. Let's check out the match. All right, so I'm just going to pause this really quickly here. You can see that 3 of their characters have the revive ability. Very soon they are not, and my Black Cat will have the revive because she's stolen it from them. So that's working out beautifully. That's exactly what we want to see. From there, what we're going to do is the basic with Super Skrull on Black Knight. I don't like using the special here because the special can give an ability block, but because he has the invulnerable, it won't do anything to him, so I don't like to waste it. Also, I found a couple of times the basic will actually clear the threat on him, and that's really good. Now, the name of the game is to actually control their Apocalypse. That's the number 1 character here that we have to worry about. The Old Man Logan special on Black Knight will get rid of the threat, and that allows you to target any character you want afterwards, and we're going to want to make sure that Apocalypse has either stun or ability block for as long as humanly possible, pretty much until we kill him. The fact that we can stun Black Knight means that he's not really a threat anymore, so we're not really going to worry about him. Now we've got Super Skrull. We still have access to his special. This gives an ability block. You can see me check just to make 100% sure. And then we're going to use that on Apocalypse to make sure their Apocalypse doesn't stun our Apocalypse or kill our Old Man Logan, in which case we straight up lose this match. With Apocalypse being ability blocked, we now have the stun from Black Cat that we can use. We don't want to use an Old Man Logan because he's got the immunity, so we're going to go after Super Skrull. Lands on him, which is wonderful. 2 of their characters are stunned. 1 of their characters is ability blocked, and we are thoroughly in the driver's seat. Super Skrull is now down. We're going to have the Old Man Logan ultimate here. It's not really useful for anything other than just straight up damage. So we're just going to throw it at Black Knight there, or Apocalypse, whatever, doesn't really matter. We're just going to get the damage in. It's not there to kill. Now we get the Apocalypse with the ability, the ultimate ability, and this is going to pretty much end the game. It's going to seal their fate pretty nicely. We're going to go on Black Knight because he's got the vulnerable and the most life. So we want to get that double tap on him. And you can notice Apocalypse and Dormammu both just die to the area damage, or whatever you want to call it. The Awakened ability on Old Man Logan is a permanent kill, so it doesn't matter if he's got the revive. He's dead anyways. And you can see that's a clean kill. We've got all 5 of our teammates left over. We're pretty happy with that. For our second match, we're going up against the Robbie variant. Now, the Robbie variant is not nearly as scary as the Dormammu variant, but it is still something we need to be prepared for, and you're going to see it fairly often. Now, the reason I'm doing these in these order is honestly just because that's the way I fought these matches, because I'm working my way down. Like I was set rank 12 or something, and I was trying to get as far up as I could, but I also didn't want to jump to rank 5 and then not have any other attacks to show you. That was the mistake I made on Saturday when I tried to make this video the first time, is I climbed so quickly that then I couldn't pick the teams that I wanted to show you, because everything in my top 5 was just the Dormammu variant, and I just didn't want to show you that 5 times in a row. That'd be really dull. So here's the Robbie variant. It's not a whole lot different. The number one thing you're going to notice is we're going to want to go for our Kang. The reason we have Kang is because we want to go a little bit faster, because even though Robbie Reyes isn't that big of a threat anymore, what we are going to find with him is he has the ability to ability block our Apocalypse. That's a dumb sentence, but it's actually accurate. So we want to make sure that our Apocalypse can go before that, or we can control their Robbie so that he can't do that. If our Apocalypse gets ability blocked, we probably lose this match. Let's see how we do. So here we have the Robbie variant. Now, the thing with Robbie is he's very strong. A lot of people are taking him to DD7, myself included, so I understand the desire to put him on defense. The thing is, he doesn't really add nearly as much to the table as other people do, and he's way better on offense than he's on defense, because you can actually choose where the ability block is going to go. You'll notice that we did the Super Skrull basic into their Black Knight, and it got rid of his taunt, so we could aim anywhere with the Old Man Logan special, but putting the daze on him is super important, because then he's not attacking us back for a ton of damage, which is really, really important. After this, the main character is going to be going for Apocalypse, because we got super lucky and their Robbie didn't daze our Apocalypse. If he does, we're in a bad shape, but because he didn't, we can focus on their Apocalypse, and that's really the name of the game right now. We're going to use the special here, put the daze on him, or the ability block on him. Sorry, those two are interchangeable in my brain for some reason. And now we're in the driver's seat on this match for sure. You'll notice our Old Man Logan is a striker, so even though I focus on Super Skrull here because of the vulnerable, it doesn't really matter. It's just the fact that we're putting out a bunch of damage, and we're just trying to hurt their team as much as we can before Apocalypse goes off. But realistically, we've already locked them down, and this fight is going incredibly our way. It's unfortunate they take our Black Knight out, but this isn't Cosmic Crucible. We don't care about efficiency, so it's totally fine. And we're going to just do as much damage as we can. I'm essentially just stalling at the moment. I'm just kind of rambling, because it really only matters what our Apocalypse does next. Everything up until that point is kind of meh. We take out their Robbie, good for us. Our Apocalypse is going to go in a second, and that's going to be the end of the match. Focus on Apocalypse, make sure he goes down, do the ultimate. He does have the vulnerable, so we'll get to hit him a couple of times. And then we're clear to just do the Awakened on Old Man Logan and knock him out. Good to go. Okay, and the last one we're going to take a look at today is the Black Cat variant. Now, this is an interesting one that I see quite a bit, and I'm not 100% sure why. My guess is that they are hoping that their opponents are using Dormammu on offense, in which case she'll get to steal that, take away all of your revives, and gain a revive for herself. But honestly, if you see a Black Cat in the defense, don't run Dormammu. Kind of easy as that. Now, I like to run Kang because, again, you get that speed bonus, and we want to make sure that we go before Apocalypse. Let's see how this match goes out. All right, so you can see here, because Old Man Logan doesn't actually spawn with a revive, Black Cat has nothing to steal. So she doesn't have the revive, and we don't lose it, so we're actually really good here. The problem with Black Cat on defense that I find is that all the reasons you really like Black Cat, she doesn't really get in this matchup. She's got her 9 lives, but that doesn't matter because Old Man Logan's going to flip all those anyways. She has the steal revive ability, but as long as you don't bring Dormammu in, you're fine on that one as well. And she does have the ability to stun. Now, that one you do have to worry about, so we'll need to make sure that we're dealing with her before she dazes or stuns our Apocalypse, but other than that, she's not that threatening. So we really do just like the Kang here to try and go faster. Again, we're going to go with the Super Scroll basic here. It doesn't land, or it does land, but it doesn't get rid of his taunt or his threat, but that's totally fine because we're going to target him with Old Man Logan's special anyways. It's more about saving the Super Scroll special than it is about getting lucky with getting rid of the taunt, because he's really your main target with the first 2 attacks anyways. We're going to go in here. That dazes him. It takes away all of her revives, or sorry, death proofs. So we're in really, really solid shape at the moment. All we're really going to do from here is just pray that we go before her, the apocalypse does. And my logic here is to try and kill Black Cat as fast as possible. We don't have like a stun or a ability block or anything on his attack without the other MOE characters. So it's more about just getting rid of her before she has a chance to do her damage. After that, we're going to go straight for Apocalypse, and this match is going to go very similar to the way we've seen the other matches go. Because we do get to go faster than them, we're really just happy with the way things play out. Now, the problem is we did get rid of their Black Cat. We should target their Apocalypse with this attack, and I'm pretty sure, yeah, we do. Good, excellent. So we're going to do a bunch of damage to their Apocalypse. We're not going to be able to, I think he is going to ultimate before ours does, but because he doesn't hit Old Man Logan, we're kind of okay with it. Oh, that's what it is. He bled out before he got to do his attack. So we got really lucky on that one. I'm not going to lie. We probably should have hit Apocalypse with the stun instead of hitting Black Cat with Super Scroll, I believe. Super Scroll's special. That might have been a misplay on our part, and like just dumb luck RNG saved us. But as you can tell, we still made it through the match just fine. I'm certain you will too. Black Cat's just not that big of a threat anymore. All right, so here is the team that I'm going to be using on defense. Yes, we're going with the Dormammu variant because of what I've played. Even though it's very beatable, it forces your opponents to play with Black Cat, which I don't think is the best option, because now you're going to go RNG to see which one of the Apocalypse is going to go first. You could force them to play with Black Cat, your Apocalypse goes first, and you can still win this match. And when I say win this match, all you have to do on defense is kill everybody but Old Man Logan. As long as their Old Man Logan survives and your Old Man Logan survives, it's a stalemate and you win automatically. I know that's a crappy way to win, but a win's like Dominic Toretto said.
Ask any racer, any real racer. It don't matter if you win by an inch or a mile. Winning's winning.
So that's what we're going with here. We're going to try and force our opponents to play Black Cat. And if they don't play Black Cat, we're even happier because now we've got those revives on Super Skrull and Black Knight, and now we're putting them in a really bad situation. Now, I can understand if you're saying, why are you only showing us Robbie Reyes, Black Cat, and Dormammu? The problem is I'm in the top 10 and that's all I can really see. I can't really play against teams that aren't here, right? So this is what I'm seeing in my top 10. If you're seeing a completely different meta in your top 10, leave a comment down below. Tell me what you're running into and you're having issues with, and maybe we can work back and forth and figure it out. Maybe somebody else in chat can help it out. I'm not the best player in this game. There's lots of people in the chat that are smarter than me. Ask the question on my Discord, the comments below, wherever you find me, maybe on Twitch. I'm at twitch.tv/the Mongooli Show, Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Although Thursdays is movie show, but whatever, that's a different thing. So feel free to find me on there and be like, hey, I can't defeat X with my Y, and maybe we can try and figure it out. I also hear people in the comments saying, I don't have Apocalypse. What do I do if I don't have Apocalypse? I don't know. There's too many variables there. Does your opponent have Apocalypse? Does your opponent have Super Skrull? What are you trying to defeat them with? Do you have Old Man Logan? There's too many X factors for me to say every single thing out there. All I can point out is what I can see, and what I can see is a whole lot of Robbie, Black Cat, and Mephistos. Not Mephistos, that'd be terrifying. Dormammus. I do have one Mephisto. I tried it once. It demolished me. It wasn't even freaking close. Good for him. All right, and that's what we've been doing in Arena, and it's been working out really well for us. I hope it works for you as well. If you've got a question or a team that you don't know what to do against, leave it in the comments below and we'll try and help you out. If you want to have a conversation with me, you can do that over at twitch.tv/the Mongooli Show. I'd love to hang out with you. We do that Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. And if you made it this far in the video, you probably enjoyed the video. Hit that like button. It really does help out. You want to see more content like this? Hit subscribe. That would be amazing. We're almost at 1,000 and I can't wait. Other than that, Commanders, I hope you're safe. I hope you're well. And until next time, good luck to you.